孵化.
班长。
Her voice felt like a hammer, knocking everyone into silence. Time seemed to freeze for a few seconds before someone spoke up. Kiana, can you feel it?
你也感受到了。
Yeah, it's faint, but I'm certain that the energy fluctuation unique to practices of Edge of Taishuan, and it came from somewhere far below.
在离这里很远的下方。
Great Master,
果然
no, Fu Hua is deep in a bitter struggle.
孵化他，此刻陷入了一场苦斗。
So her show of sentience left us.
失之律者才会先行为难。
Probably not because she thinks we can't catch up, but because she thinks we're all too late.
我们来不及吧？
Fu Hua isn't in a good situation, but Kevin,
但凯文他
if he's the same Kevin I know, then he's probably planning to fight for his
一战
ambition.
明智，恐怕才是他的打算。
At any rate,
但无论
we
如
need to
何
do
我
something
们都不能
about
对
Fu
班长坐
Hua.
视不理。
Yeah, if there's something that
如果说
Fu Hua
有什么
needs
需
to
要班
fight
长一
for,
战明
we're
智，
part of it too.
那么我们同样也是其中的一员。
In that case, let's get moving. Procrastinating is a bad
拖
habit.
拖拉拉可不是什么好习惯啊。
Wait, we should discuss who goes and who
布朗尼
stays
认为
first.
在动身之前，我们有必要商定一下去留。
I agree with
我赞
her.
成布朗尼。
There's no
虽然目前
such
并没有这
signal
类
sign
征兆，
yet, but we can't leave people of New Atera with the World Serpent. We need people to back up here too.
我们也的确需要人留下来接应。
Brania, I'll
布
stay.
朗尼姐姐，我留下来吧。
I have a good relationship with the people of New Atera. I should be able to organize everyone quickly should emergencies arise.
把大家都组织起来。
Also, the signal of Sea of Quanta on me can be easily detected by Durandal Sumeru or Kiana's authority. That makes me a signaler, doesn't
就
it?
像战场的通讯兵一样。
Yeah, you're not just any signaler, but a lighthouse watching over us.
这可不是一般的通讯兵，是守望着大家的灯塔呢。
They were able to exchange thoughts just with a glance. It's up to Sila
接下来
then.
就拜托希尔了。
I'll do my best.
我会加
Be
油的。
careful, Sila. There are multiple great serpents that are highly dangerous.
像那个灰蛇，它就有一些非常危险的个体，不得不加
I
以提防。
understand.
我明白。
She had to part with her sister again after they reunited. No regrets. Such is the life of a Valkyrie. I'll take care of the rear. The most important thing now is to find a way to reach and help Fu
现
Hua.
在最重要的是找到通向浮华所在之地的道路，并设法去支援它。
Right. As for scouting, while we were talking, Kiana is already...
天哪，就已经默默的。
Is that Kevin?
凯文，
Kiana, can you find a path to
你能找到
avoid
一
that
条
attack?
可以避开那种攻击的道路吗？
I don't
我
know.
不知道。
But this
但这种情
confirms
况
one thing
至少
at
确定一
least.
件事
Although we're in the
尽管
proper
我们身
world,
处本真
the
世界，
power of
但或许
finality
是
or
因为中
something
间的
else
力量
has made this
这里的
space
空
far
间
more
远
dangerous
比
than
地球这
Earth.
样复杂危险。
Is there a direction that's relatively safer? Yes, but
但它
it's
过于明显，
so obvious that it becomes
让人觉得
suspicious.
可疑。
Suspicious?
可疑，
Yeah, it's close by.
它就在我们附近。
It's the shaft beneath this elevator, to be precise. This platform that lifts us up, it can only go up and down a short distance, if I'm not mistaken. Not exactly. Its structure clearly allows us to
显然可以支持它通向。
travel down further. I guess even if it's obviously a trap, we can't give up trying. In that
既
case,
然如此，
Brania will try to hack into this elevator's control program and see what she can do. Meanwhile, you can continue searching for other potential
其他
routes.
可行路线。
Alright. Try it again. The nearby space is of course in chaos. Waiting isn't an option. We have to see how the others are doing. Wow, that
这也
goes
太深
pretty
了吧！
deep.
要是从
And
这里被人揭露，
if we get
绝对
knocked
会像
down
他说
from
的。
here, it'll
算
be
了算了，
like that
还是
time
不想
when
了。
I need to
尤兰戴
stop
尔，
thinking
你
about
有什么
that.
新发现吗？
Durandal, did you find
一无
anything
所
new?
获。
Nothing.
不
But
过
one thing caught my
有一点我十分
attention.
在意，如果电梯
If the
本身就
elevator
能
is
通往
able to
下
go
方，
down, why could it
那
only
它之
move
前
between 2
又
floors?
为什么只能在2层之间升降？比起单纯被某
Compared to
种
a
力量
power
挡住，
blocked it,
或是没
or
有
we
找到
didn't
正确的启
activate
动
it
方式，
correctly, I think the
我
most
更倾向
probable
于是有
reason
人
is
故意为
someone
之。
did it on
有
purpose.
道理。
That
毕
makes
竟庇护
sense,
所离这
as
里
the
也不算很
sentry
远，
isn't far away. Too
只可
bad
惜我
we
们来来回
didn't
回检查了
find
好几
any
遍，
other
都没有
operating
发现额外的操
mechanisms
作机
after
制。
checking. Durandal noticed Kiana staring at her. Before I got to
早年
know
不熟悉
you,
的时
I
候，
thought you
我
were a
总以为你是力
bruiser,
量型
but
的，
I've realized
但
that
接
you're
触
a
多了之
master
后
of
才发
all
现，
trades
你
and
根本就是
knowledgeable
十项
in
全能
every
啊，
field.
方方面面都懂得很多。
I was
我
just
刚才
guessing.
也只是提
It's
出一些
not
猜
going to
测，
help us.
并不能解决实际问题。比起纸上谈兵，
What we really
我们
need
更
is
需要
the
解决问
ability
题
to
的能
solve
力。
problems, which is
就像你和
what
俄
you
米正
and
在做的这些
Branya are
事。
doing instead of talking.
是这样吗？
Really, now I feel a little
被你这样
embarrassed.
说，我反倒有些不好意思了。
Haha, let's
那我们
both
就
do
彼
our
此加油吧。
best. May,
我之前听
I
天
heard
娜说，
Kiana say
你
you
似乎
have
有
a big
只很
red
大的红色
dragon?
飞龙。
Ah,
确实。
right. The only
只可惜
problem
现在的
is
我
I
还没
haven't
有恢复
regained
全部
my
的力
full
量，
power, so I
所
can't
以无法召
summon
唤出巨力加入。
Kurikara. What about
那
having
让
Kiana
将
teleport
大家
us
直接
to
传
where
送到
Fuhua
福华所在的
is?
地方呢？我也很想啊。
That's what I've been
但从
thinking.
虚数的视
But
角
in
来
terms
看，
of
这周围的
imaginary,
空
the
间现在
surrounding
就像大
space
海
is
中的风浪
raising
不断
and
起伏，
falling like the sea,
而
and we
且
don't
我们也
know
并不知道
Fuhua's
班长的准
exact
确位置。
location.
如果贸然行动，
If we rush into
我
action,
可
I
能没办
can't
法保证大家的安
guarantee
全。
everyone's
说
safety.
到准确位置，
Speaking of
我一
exact
直在思考一件
location,
事：
I've been thinking
大家
about
在月球上
something.
的最初落
Looks
点
like we all
似乎有
woke
着
up
非
in
常大的差
drastically
别。
different places on the
比如
moon.
Kiana 和
Kiana,
Bronya
Bronya, and
以及我
I
自己
woke up separately in
是在碎片化的世
fragmentary
界跑
bubble
中各自醒来，
universes.
而我和幽兰戴
Durandal,
尔
I, and Sushan woke up in New Adra,
是在新
so
亚
did
特拉醒
Sora-chan
来，
and Ko.
小空他们也是。所以
What
班
will
长他的
Fuhua's
情况
situation
就会
be?
是，或许他主动去
Maybe
找了
she
凯
went
文，
looking for Kevin.
但
All the more
正因为
reason
如
to
此，
help her.
我们才更需要去帮助他。
Moreover, if we don't
另外，
press
如
Kevin,
果不亲
we
自
may
逼问
never
凯
learn the
文，
truth
我
about
们或许永远
Honkai.
无法得知某些关于崩坏的真相。说得
Right.
对，
The
电梯是什么呀？
elevator. Did
Bronya
Bronya
成功了
do
吗？
it?
Bronya，
Bronya, how's it?
嗯，
It took some
虽然
time,
花费了
but
一
it
些时
came out
间，
alright.
但结果还不错。不过，
However,
在
the
成功骇
moment
入的一
Bronya
瞬
hacked
间，
in, Bronya
Bronya 就
felt
感
a
知到了
power
一
that
种不
doesn't
属于
belong
自己
to
的力量。
herself. It's
他们在
arguably
电梯的控制程序
ubiquitous in
中
the
可
elevator's
以是无
control
所不在。
program.
这部电
This
梯
elevator is
怕我以
without
为
a
是一个
doubt
陷
a
阱，
trap.
但我们又别无
And
选
we
择。
have no choice?
嗯，
Uh-huh.
幽兰戴尔，你怎么
Durandal,
看？
what do you think?
既然对方有意
If our
隐特，
opponent wants to see
那我
us,
们不妨就看
we
看他的葫芦
say
里
we go
有
to
什么
see
药。
them.
果然，
I
比
knew
起
you'd
从
prefer
长计
acting
议，你还是
immediately
一如既往
to
地喜欢单
planning
刀赴会的。
prudently.
如果会被一部电
If
梯
you
难
are
住，
stopped by an
那么
elevator,
你
then
们也
you're
没有
not
正面开
qualified
我
to
的资
meet
格。
Kevin. I'm
这恐
afraid
怕就
that's
是
our
对方的言下
opponent's
之意。
message.
明白了，
I
那我们就尽快
understand.
出发吧。
Let's get going
希尔，
then. Sila,
拜托你留
please
在上
stay
面了。
here for us.
交给
Okay,
我吧。
leave it to me.
还是脚踏实地更令人安心。披风变长了，还有些不习惯。这附近似乎有一些对我们有帮助的东西。 异样就在这附近，搜查一番吧。我所要做的，仅仅是完成使命而已。
Uncle Robo! Huh? Alright, I got it. You guys win. To think that you'll still be able to find me, I can only surrender. Lying to children isn't very adult-like, don't you think, Mr. Previous Raven? I see. So Great Serpent helped you, didn't he? As expected, that guy's been watching me, probably to pile some troublesome work on me. Oh, this one in front of me is pretty troublesome indeed. Alright, since Great Serpent already told you who I am, can you stay away and leave me alone in peace now? Uncle Robo, that's not it. That It's fine. No need for changes. Just call me whatever you want. Uncle Robo, I still hope you can come back to the sanctuary with us. Although you have a sharp tongue, you've helped us so many times, and you've never taken us lightly just because we're kids. The children really want to meet you. They think of you as a hero and want to show their gratitude to you. Teacher always told us that we must know to pay back our favors. That way, we won't feel bad about ourselves. Hero, there's no word more unbefitting for me. I never thought that anyone would call me that. And if you're at the sanctuary, the children will be cared for when they go out to search for supplies. And, enough. No need to desperately come up with reasons. As I said, I surrender. I made this wager, and I'll take this loss. But we didn't wager anything with you. Perhaps. I was making a wager with my past self. After all, since then, I was. Thank you. The sanctuary, This time, I'll go back together with you guys for real. A good adult can't lie to children all the time, can he? Yes, I'm sure everyone will be so happy. Right, Mr. Robo. This is what you requested from us. We fulfilled your wish. This is my part. I didn't think you'd really find them. It's Uncle Robo's wish after all. Then, listen to another wish of mine. Take it with you. It should come in handy for the two of you. But this is your... Don't be shy. It's not from Uncle Robo. It's from your friend, a silly uncle named Clarence. Well, it'll be
马上
here
就来了。
soon. What is
怎么？
it? Once they
开始
began
下降后，
descending, the
电梯就被一
elevator
种
was
力量裹挟，
enveloped by a
缺
force
乏
that
脱离了
caused
程
it
序的
to
控制。
act outside its programming. So
原
that's
来如
why
此，
the space
周
around
围
it
的空
began to
间就开始
distorting.
扭曲了。
And it
果然，在
turns
到达
out
深
there
坑底
will
部之
be
前，
other
我们还
tests
要面对其
before
他
we
的考
reach the
验。
bottom. Hey, don't worry too
别这么
much.
紧张啊！
Since you're here,
既
make
来
peace
之
with
则安
it.
之，
We
随
have
机
to
应
learn
变，
to adapt,
车到
and
山前
things
必
will
有
sort
用。
themselves out.
我就不
I
信，
don't think something as
这么一
trivial
方小
as
小
an
的电梯，
elevator can
还真能
stop the
困住人
five
5
of
个不
us.
成？
Su Shang,
苏生，
don't be
不要
careless.
大意。
Miss Sila, the last type of material that Klein mentioned should be in this area. Yeah, there's something that puzzles me. Why is the area that Klein detected always moving throughout the week? That's also the reason why Klein didn't want me to come alone. She said that either a monster had swallowed the solium or the solium grew legs. Probably the former. A solium that can move autonomously? I've only seen it once from an enemy. Is that so? Anyway, Miss Sila, we should be more careful when we're exploring.
希尔，收到。舰长要带希尔去哪儿？希尔，收到。舰长要带希尔去哪儿？
This is
和我一起战斗吧。
Sura-chan.
是
Stay still.
伺机而动，拔剑！去吧，希尔，去守护我们的约定。
Miss Sila, are you alright? I'm fine, and I already found what Clay needs. The monster from before really ate the solium. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I would have thought that Clay was joking. It's unbelievable indeed. Anyway, since we've gotten the last material, let's hurry back to the sanctuary. Uncle Grey Serpent!
此处真气甚是紊乱，莫非
We meet again, Sora-chan and Miss Sila. Hi, Mr. Great Serpent. This is probably the Great Serpent we saw in the sanctuary from before. Although they look the same, I think I know how to differentiate them now. Uncle Great Serpent, what are you doing here? Just taking a walk. Don't mind me. Taking a walk here? Haha, Uncle's Great Serpent is so interesting. Then we'll head back now. Goodbye. She suddenly remembered a phrase. I want to know what I can do.
自己能做什么？
Hey, don't worry. You'll have a
你会有一
lifetime
辈
to
子时
figure
间思
that
考这
out.
个问题，别急。
If divided by its long life, It clearly came from a faraway beginning. A time when the suffering had come before the good had begun. Hua, no need to continue. I've tasted your willpower. I don't think so. She could barely hold her sword in her hand. The pain from the reaction was eating away at her exhausted body along her nerves. Less than 3 minutes was how long Garuda could last against the diabolical. But she managed to hold her sword in her hand. The battle isn't over yet. I don't intend to fight you to death. So you ought to pay attention to your surroundings. The instant she shifted focus from the battle, she understood what he meant. Several corporal divine keys had appeared from nowhere on the empty ramp. No need to be confused. They were always here. As our epitaph, frozen in time. Hua, in the past, Su and I partially kept the truth about finality from you. Before you enter the cryopod, we said finality would destroy everything and we'd leave the sanctuary to build a new civilization. That much is true. And when you woke up 5,000 years ago, we told you a new civilization had sprouted. But that was merely sophistry and self-deception. There has only been one budding of humanity. The difference between the two eras only lies in the changes after the start. Her heart pounded. She was aware she did not know the whole truth, but even so, she had never envisioned this possibility. The worst possibility. The start, which is 50,000 years ago for us? Yes. 50,000 years before us and 50,000 years before Raiden Mei, humans descended from the same group of ancestors. Except for ourselves. She froze for a long time before she could grasp his meaning. He meant the history of the Earth's civilization was but a 50,000-year-old cycle. In fact, pioneers and stigmata were the outliers brought into this era by the Great Hibernation. The eras they experienced were wildly different only due to the changes in initial conditions and random processes. So, this is the authority of finality. Yes, this is the authority of finality. Cycling the planet, erasing civilization, resetting everything to the start. Finality is time. So put your sword away. I have no intention of continuing our fight. It will not do you, me, or anyone else any good. Kevin, you know I don't give up that easily. You're like Teresa. Teresa? Not long ago, we had a duel. Worry not. Right now, she is sleeping in a dream. When Project Sigma is completed, she will live freely like in a newborn world like all of you. You are powerless, of course. So am I. Fu Hua was silent, but her pale face wore a small
我想知
smile.
道自己能做什么。
I want to know what I can do. My power is to show you what the people of this era are willing to pay
就
for
是向
what
你
they
展示这
believe
个时代
in.
的人们，他们愿意为自己所相信的东西付出什么。
A belief that's difficult to realize isn't worth holding
不值得
onto.
你如此坚持。更何况，
Besides, their road ahead
也绝
is
非
in
明
no
朗。
way clear.
凯文，
Kevin, as I see it, everyone's
每个人
future
的前
is
路
equally
其实都一
chaotic
样混沌
and
不清，
equally
一
unclear.
样绝非明朗。就像5万年前
Just
的我们，
like us from 50,000 years ago, we relied on our stubborn strength and untenable belief. Was that not enough to keep our civilization alive?
那我
And
们所
since
守
we
护的他
could,
们
those we watch
不仅可
over
以，
can do even
而且
better.
只会做得更好。
Hua, those are empty
空口
words.
无凭。
我知
I
道，
know.
正因如
That's
此，
exactly why.
凯
Kevin,
文，
my
我的
comrade.
战友，正因如此，
That's exactly why Fu Hua became your
才会
enemy.
成为你的敌人。
He saw Teresa's spirit in Fu Hua's eyes. It was what no amount of setback or suffering could keep down. It was the hope for a better future and the resolve to sacrifice for a cause.
我明白了，
I see. If this is your
如
choice,
果这
so
就是你
be
的
it.
选择，
Come at me.
那便来吧。浮华，
Fu Hua. He had seen this sort of verve before in a certain harmonica playing boy. With each step, Fu Hua's body slowed. With each swing, Fu Hua's wounds worsened. Garuda's restorative property barely made a difference. But she did not stop. Like a moth after a flame,
我不会让这
I
一
won't
战
allow this battle to
成为
be
你
your
的致
end.
敬。
Not fully wanting to, he shot down the moth.
浮华，
Fu Hua. There was no answer. Having made it across 50,000 years, she leaned against a broken wall quietly, sword in hand. I promise you, we'll live in a world without Honkai. And those you believe in will receive the best ending possible. When the time comes, a tombstone of our era will be erected by your hand.
立下一块合适的墓碑吧。
The sound of footsteps came from a distance, interrupting his musing. It was someone who should not have appeared here according to Project Stigma.
我以为
I thought you didn't
你
want to
并
get
不乐于介入
involved.
此事。
Who knows?
谁知道呢？毕竟
After all,
又
who
有谁
doesn't
会
like
不
a
喜欢
heroine?
勇敢的少女呢？